everyone. Breaking news at this hour. An uptick in missing persons cases in the United States have now been linked to others around the world. Authorities believe these cases are linked based on eyewitness accounts of similar phenomena, flashing lights, screams, and disorientation. And this doesn't end there. It seems past unsolved mysteries of missing persons also have similarities, with several accounts mentioning that a person with a hooded robe or cloak was seen. This evidence was ignored before because the hooded individual was linked to an attack in the 1800s and in the 1920s. Authorities working together in Europe and the United States are not releasing information whether this hooded figure was seen again, but many theories point to a cult or possible copycat serial killer crimes. More details to come during the news at 6. Until then, please be safe out there.
Welcome to the quest for the Green Ball, Òrdugh, Truaillidh. Chaos is built into our theme story throughout these last few seasons, and the NFL showed us why it makes sense. Wild games, crazy finishes, unexpected beast performances, surprising duds. All of this was present, and all of this led to some interesting results in this league as clear contenders are beginning to finally emerge. And of course, the few of us struggling to find the right lineup right now, whether it's due to bye weeks, injuries, bad luck, or perplexing player usage by teams, even the 2 and 5 squads will have a chance to right the ship in the second half of the regular season. 7 weeks still remain until the playoffs, and anything is possible. 2 teams looking to fight were featured in our last Is Air Jordan traveled to take on low-key Lebowski Thor at the pastures of Òrdugh. When you're an 18-yard catch away from winning with a whole half to play, you feel good about your chances. But Air Jordan fell trapped to the chaos of touches as Brandon Ayuk was held to zero catches in the second half on Monday night, leading to a low-scoring, grinding 65.86 to 64 low-key Lebowski Thor win. Lebowski Thor had just 2 real highlights: Jalen Hurts picking up 3 touchdowns, and the Buccaneers defense getting a sack and 3 fumble recoveries. A.J. Dillon also had 95 yards, which was key as well. Air Jordan, on the other hand, had 2 touchdowns by Jordan Love, 68 yards and a score by Najee Harris, 58 yards and a touchdown by Stephon Diggs, 96 yards by Javonte Williams. The problem? -5 points by the Lions defense and a down game by Cooper Kupp. Zach Ertz going on IR didn't help either. The highlighted players actually both struggled in this one, which was one of the fears going in. Kupp being limited to 29 yards and a 2-point conversion because Puka Nacua stepped up for over 150 yards. That obviously hurt Air Jordan. Calvin Ridley was held to just 5 yards on the other side, and no one really made up those points. Lebowski Thor's win was really just based on struggling just a little less overall. Lebowski Thor is now 3-4, and Air Jordan falls to 2-5.
John?
What's up?
When am I going to be able to play fantasy football?
Dude, you're playing right now. You won this week.
I did?
Yeah. I told you not to get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Not every game of the week is filled with fireworks, but this was a close game with some exciting plays that ended up changing the momentum at the end. The rest of the league did have anomalies, but several teams really showcased their contender status. Let's get to them in the best of the rest! Remember, the Titans traveled to take on my Gashkia Slews and not only remained on top of the league, but also retained the golden pen in a rivalry beatdown, 140.18 to 70.66. Lamar Jackson and Dante Foreman had monster games with a combined 7 touchdowns, and Puka Nacua continues to showcase his plea to be the waiver pickup of the year with another 154 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who remember the Titans actually traded away earlier this season and then picked up again when Air Jordan dropped him. He added 63 yards and a score. Darren Waller came alive on tight ends day with 98 yards and a touchdown. Rashee Rice and the Browns defense were the 2 bright spots on another disappointing week for my Slews. My Slews fall to 2-5. Remember, the Titans is all alone at the top at 6-1. The Multiple Scoregasms hosted the Siamese Dreamcats at the abandoned villages of Bonanock, and it was the Scoregasms who halted a 3-game losing streak with a 110.36 to 82.02 win. Saquon Barkley came alive with 118 yards and a score. James Cook played well with 102 yards and a touchdown. But the true star was Jordan Addison. He had 123 yards and 2 touchdowns on Monday night in a big-time breakout performance. Kirk Cousins did well as well on Monday because he did have those 2 touchdown passes to Addison. Romeo Doubs also caught a touchdown, and the Eagles' defense did very well with 4 sacks and an interception. The rest of the Dreamcats struggled. The Scoregasms are now 3-4, and the Dreamcats fall to 2-5. The defending champion Elite Mother Tuckers are now over 500 with a 4th straight win after crushing the Stellar Bitches 116.66 to 61.7 at the Purple Skies at Dache. Travis Etienne added another 2 touchdowns, and A.J. Brown had 137 yards on a score. Gerald Everett also caught a TD, and Elvin Kamara had 153 yards and a 2-point conversion. It also helped that the Mother Tuckers had 29 combined points from the Ravens defense and Young Wei Koo. The Stellar Bitches had some rough performances with B. John Robinson's odd situation and Cole Kmet not doing anything. Raheem Mostert also had a down game. Baker Mayfield did have a touchdown, and the Dolphins' defense added a score, but it was another one of those wild fluctuations with weekly performance for the Bitches. The Elite Mother Tuckers have put their 0-3 start behind them and are now 4-3. The Stellar Bitches are also 4-3. Green Acres hosted the Clash at Demon Head at the Bogs of Diomirach and came away with a 105.76 to 84 win. Geno Smith had a couple of scores, but the true stars were Jonathan Taylor, who had 120 yards and a touchdown, Tyreek Hill, who had 88 yards and a score, Jacoby Myers, who also had a touchdown, and Dallas Goedert, who had 77 yards and a score. Dustin Hopkins was also a kick machine. 3 50-plus yard field goals to end up with a mind-boggling 22 points. Hard to lose when your kicker does that well. Green Acres is now 5-2. The Clash of Demon Head falls to 3-4. Bandidos del Rio hosted Risky Business in the final matchup of the week, and the Bandidos came to play with a 138.46 to 104.46 win. Patrick Mahomes had his biggest game of the season with 424 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Travis Kelce also went off for 179 yards and a score. Josh Downs had his big breakout game with 125 yards and a 50-plus yard touchdown. Risky Business was led by Christian McCaffrey, who shrugged off an injury to get 2 touchdowns, and Jerome Ford, who had 94 yards and a touchdown, though Ford was injured in this game and is likely out several weeks. Jamar Gibbs finally had a chance to shine and did with 126 yards and a touchdown. As Risky Business did do well with over 100 points, it just wasn't enough as Bandidos went off. Bandidos del Rio is now 5-2. Risky Business falls to 3-4. And there you have it. The finish to the first half of the regular season has 2 division leaders on top by 2 games and 5 teams over 500. But 1 game still separates 7 teams going for that 6th seed at the moment, so don't look away just yet. The second half is sure to bring us more insanity. Tomorrow, we will bring you the previews for the next slate of games, which includes 2 rivalry awards. Before you go, check out the updated standings. Until next time, salut.